That was a lot of reading. Wow. So put away all the books so I can return for them someone later. Which was that? Yes, History of the Moonsea, History of the North, History of the North. So I'll return for those books if I want to read them again. And we'll also leave Gorion's letter here. So we left now all books behind. Let's go. So this one has a door too, of course. I can never see if there's anyone else in this building. Nothing there. Is there something down in this corner which I can interact with? No. Up here. Okay. So far, an interesting place that is devoid of anything. And everything that's interesting is locked. Okay, we get the history of the Dragon Coast. More reading. I really like to read so much, yeah. So, go out. Get again inside that house so I can do the reading in front of that. I will read everything. History of the Dragon Coast. The history of the Dragon Coast is the history of money, particularly the darker side of the coin. Situated on the main trade routes between the Inner Sea and the Sword Coast, these lands never coalesced into a solid coherent nation like Cormia or Zambia. Instead, small, petty city-states have risen and fallen, powered by greed and the most powerful merchant or pirate faction of the day. As a result, the Dragon Coast has always been the home of the smuggler, the pirate, the rogue, and the hired killer. It has been the place where those seeking to skirt the laws of more civilized nation to the north make landfall. It is here that the Red Wizards gain their access to the western heartlands, and where the cult of the dragon launches its plot to the south. And it is here that independent secret societies and assassin guilds have their greatest power. The last semblance of organized resistance to this trend was the reign of Gorion, last of the kings of Westgate. The monarchy of Westgate had long worked closely with the various mercantile and pirate faction, but Gorion attempted to stem the growing power of the merchant houses and petty lords. His sudden and mysterious death without acceptable heirs in 1248 DR opened the door for much of what now is commonplace in the Dragon Coast, corruption and treachery. It should be noted that while Verovan's name is still venerated in these lands, better known is Immerg, the greatest of the Inner Sea pirates, a brash and flamboyant rogue who united a pirate fleet beneath him and ruled from 1164 to his death in 1201. Such it is in the Dragon Coast that good people are venerated, but the power of darker rogues is imitated. Okay, and get rid of the book, so we can go on. So where else did we possibly find houses that are turned away? Over there. And under here. Yes, there and there. Okay, those two. And we are already inside. I see no one. Get good. Thing there. Next house over has gold. I think I see nothing here, but there could be anything around the corner. I think there never is something down there in these Samish houses, but there's also never anything over there, but I'll look regardless. That nightstand is locked. We get 11 gold here. And the History of the North, part 5. I will one day have to return to this and read through all of this on my own, so I can get an overarching grasp of the story. But I don't want you to endure this, so don't be afraid. You just have to endure them while I find them. The spread of the humankind. The adaptable humans made use of magic they could Why doesn't it work? Okay. Made use of magic they could seize or learn from the proud peoples to defeat all enemies, breaking for a time the power of giants and orcs. Waterdeep was founded. The last of the pureblood elves died out, a result of continued marriages with humans. In the far west, men also dwelt, wise, clever primitives called the Ice Hunters. They lived simple lives on the coast since time beyond reckoning, countless generations before Netherill's first founders set foot on the narrow sea's western shore. Yet this peaceful folk fell prey to another invasion from the south. Crude longships that carried a tall, fair-haired, warlike race who displaced the Ice Hunters from their ancestral lands. So it's a bit like Vikings going after Inuit. Interesting. This race, known as the Northmen, spread farms and villages along the coast from the banks of the Winding Water to the gorges of the Mirar. Northman warriors drove the simple ice hunters farther and farther north, forced the Goblin King back into their mountain haunts, and instigated the last council of Ilefan. Within 500 years of the Northmen's arrival, Ilefan was no more. Its residents had migrated to Evermead. From the coast, Northmen sailed westward, claiming and establishing colonies on the major western islands of Ratham and Gondaran, eventually spreading to all the lands in the northern sea. Others migrated northward, past the spine of the world, and became the truly savage barbarians of Icewind Dale. In the centuries that followed, Askelhorn became Hellgate Keep when it fell into the hands of fiends, and Aerlan collapsed under the attack of a new orc horde. The elves fled southeast, joining with Northmen, Netherese descendants, and dwarves to form what would later be known as the Fallen Kingdom. This realm was short-lived and collapsed under the next orcish invasion, though in dying it dealt the goblin races a blow from which they have yet to recover. I'm sorry for closing early and then having to reopen it because I didn't remember it like I thought I would. Good, we have those two and those two. So next up would be those two. But we'll check the left side and upper side of that house. No, okay. So those two. Yes, of course. And they are our former compatriots. It would be great if I would, gain lore by doing this. But my lore is still at 16, so I don't know. Maybe my lore is at maximum because I have the intelligence stat maxed out.
You need something, stranger?
I do not know who you are or what you are doing in my home, but please leave. Sorry, but have little patience right around. There's little call for my line of work when no Karens dare leave the city. Okay. No problem, I'm gonna leave your house immediately. Immediately. I'm not gonna take your only dagger, that's not worth it. And the last building here. And they... Okay, is that the same person? Hello, was there something you needed? Who might you be, sir? I might be Baldur of Beregost. My door is always open to any who might need shelter. You are on your honor not to misuse my trust and may come and go as you wish. Can I rest here? I don't want to betray his trust. I just want to check if he has something to steal. Okay. Can I? I should go for identify. Can I rest here? Yes, I can.
All this traveling, all this adventure, how do you manage it? Until now, I was barely able to keep my head above water. Yet here with you, it seems almost easy.
There's safe... easy, we face our share of danger, Nira.
Oh, well, yes, there's obviously that. I just meant that ordinary things are easier. I'm not constantly worried where my next meal is coming from, or whether a kobold will sneak up and slit my throat as I sleep.
And that was your life before we met?
Rocks for a pillow, eating clay, all that and more. My fortune seems to have come in waves. Has ever since High Forest.
High Forest? Is that where you came from?
That's me. Born and raised in the thicket. At least until my mistakes piled up high enough to come crashing down on me.
What drove you out of your home?
You know, this and that. I was never a very good student of magic, and part of that could be attributed to never studying. I ended up flubbing a few spells, and here I am.
It would appear that you glossed over some of the finer details.
A naming or two, if you don't count the second-degree burns. Completely accidental, and everybody lived. Well, at least I'm pretty sure everybody lived.
I find most of the deaths around me are rarely accidental. These people crossed you, didn't they?
You really know how to get someone to open up. Why, yes, let me just share intimate details about my past. You put me right at ease.
Take your time. Tell me when you're ready.
During our magical training, we were supposed to summon a sphere of fire. And mine got away from me somehow. One moment I was concentrating, the next moment my classmates were rolling on the floor screaming.
Perhaps your poor teachers are the ones to blame.
No, I did it. It was my fault. Accident or not, I should have been more careful. I could have taken responsibility or fetched a bucket of water. Instead, I ran away, terrified of what I'd done.
I can understand why you might panic in that situation. It's kind of you to put it that way. There are times when I've wanted to think that way. It was confusing and I didn't want to hurt anyone. Still, why is there no dialogue line there? Afterwards, I ran into the woods and couldn't bear to go back to face the consequences. I snuck back into the village now and then for food and once to leave the note for my parents, but eventually I had to leave.
I took to wandering High Forest, but I kept running into the wrong people and doing the wrong thing. Eventually, Turlang the Tree grabbed me and said, "Take a hike." Well, maybe not in those words exactly.
The last answer is great. And so you left on your journey.
So I left High Forest. I've been wandering for a while now. I've got a few ideas for a destination, but I'm still considering them. Come, let us continue this journey together.
Mia says she left High Forest after a spellcasting accident maimed several of her fellow students. It doesn't sound as though her teachers banished her, but she seems to think they would have kicked her out if she hasn't chosen to flee. Her judgment doesn't seem to be best, but I think there's a good heart behind her frivolous attitude. So, also, we want to identify this quarterstaff by spell, and it's quarterstaff +1. So, her character screen said that the Thaco was reduced by 1 so she could hit better, and this is Thaco +1. Is it Thaco modifier +1? And the Thaco modifier is... I very often don't understand what the things really mean. I think that's a better weapon. Quarterstaff +1, -1 base. Thaco is 20. And now, so it's 20, and now it's 19. Okay. So I still can't hit shit, but okay, it's getting better. So now we will have to memorize Laluk's Minor Drain again. And rest again. Okay. Can we just go? Thank you. Now I want to right click it was. Cancel. Like there. And we put like friendly thingy here. Like that. And we say place to go sleepy. Sleepy. Yeah. Place to go sleepy sleepy. There's Miriana, Xan Monteran, and these people are gone to Baldur's Gate. That was a mark for quest. So those are the 2 inns. Now we have healed up again and have our spell uses restored. Does he have any mage or... No, he gets some at level 2. Okay. Everyone else is good. Okay. So quick saving. And now... Okay, we are still paused. I think I'll go to this side and continue to check all the upper roofs of these buildings for entrances. So these ones don't have entrances because they will have lower entrances. These 3 have upper entrances, so we go to this little place next. There's a commoner there. You want to talk to me? No. And I want to talk to him. What? Who are you? Just a curious passerby. It's a lovely home that you have here. It is all that. It's well maintained, though I fail to see how that gives you leave to enter as you will. Better leave soon lest the guards be called. Okay. It's locked. Go upward. Let's steal everything that's not just there. Let's confiscate everything that people like leave around somewhere. There's a sleeping elf up here, interesting. We're good, so we confiscate goods that we found lying around. Yeah. So Jahia has doubled her HP. That's a big change.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
How dare you come into my home uninvited? Back in my adventuring days, such an affront would get you a sword in the backside. If 'twere not for social convention, I'd give you a right proper thrashing. There's no need for that. You are obviously experienced in taking care of yourself, and I wouldn't dream of attacking you. For someone who goes about breaking into ours, you certainly appear to have half a brain. Best that you use it and leave. Yeah, after I checked everything. I read so much that my voice has now gone coarse. That's not great. No sleeping elf this time. And nothing for us. I think it would be great to play a rogue character, to have all that extra equipment that it's in every house and we can't get. Because all the valuables are stored away, as they should be. So there's Mr. Cold Kettle and a butler. And of course we're speaking to the butler because we can't go to the Mr. unintroduced.
Get out of me way, you crummy loghead!
You? Oh, I forgive my disposition, but we were expecting some overdue friends. Mr. Colculture will be most disappointed. Please do not bother him. Yes, I won't bother him. Where is he? Ah, there's Mr. Colkettle. He's around the corner.
You're a long-tongued lout, ain't you?
Strangers trampering about my home, but why doesn't matter? I've heard nothing from my son and his wife for nigh unto a week now, and all else pales in importance until I do. I should have known better than to allow his travel in these dangerous times. Leave me to my sorrows. I'll speak to him again once we go down. I think I found his son. And the history of Shadowdale number 8. It's always a great thing to start something with number 8. Spoke to Mr. Colkettle again. Colkettle. Hello, it is you again. If you please, I'm rather not in the mood for speaking right now. Leave me. Okay. So we want to mark this on the map as wife and son gun. And I wanted to read the book first. So at the time of no lords, during the period where Kelvin Blackstaff held the pendant of Ashaba, the symbol of the lordship in the dais, Siloon, widow of the murdered Lord Aumri, was the de facto ruler of Shadowdale, though these years were known as the time of no lords. Siloon and an adventuring company known as Main's Band were responsible for driving out the Candlekeep forces and keeping at bay the monsters in the area. The Twisted Tower, the traditional seat of leadership, remained uninhabited, following its abandonment by the evil Lord Jordan, and neither Siloon nor the companions of Main's Band wished to assume the mantle of leader. With time, Main's Band passed on to other lands and adventures. And we go up there. Oh no, all of us, not only one of them. I can't go through doors without you. I think this one is the one with the library. And come. This is the one with the library, so we go there. There. Down. Put that inside. Go outside. And be good guys and mark that house. Library. Yeah. So we can put all books and all the RAM into this one. So I think we will go to the Burning Wizard now, because I don't want to stall it. I haven't visited that house yet. I'll have to remember that.